Welcome to BandDirector.com. My name is Randy Casteel, and I am the band director at Dakota High School in Chippewa Valley Schools. I'm also the trumpet instructor and jazz studies instructor at Macomb College. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about a pedaltone technique for brass players. This is one that's rather unknown to the middle school teachers. It's probably a technique you would not use in the middle school very much. But the early high school and some of your better players would want to use this technique to develop their embouchure, their range, their tone. It's a technique that is kind of unknown because we don't play it. We don't use it in music very often, or hardly ever. It is the notes that are below the written note of the instrument. Example, the trumpet can play down to low F sharp, concert E. But there are notes that we can hit below that, and those would be considered the pedal tones. The reason for pedal tones is it really helps loosen the embouchure, getting the lips buzzing correctly. If you can do pedal tones, and I say if because we need to train the lips and the embouchure to be able to do that, if and when you can play pedal tones, now your lips are buzzing correctly. And the buzz is what we do to produce a tone, and without proper buzzing, we won't have proper tone. So pedal tones loosen the embouchure. It helps fatten up the lips a little bit as part of a warm-up. I recommend it as part of a warm-up for all brass players. And so here's the technique in a nutshell. It's playing down below the written F sharp for trumpet. Now, most beginning students, when they first try it, can't do it. They don't understand how to loosen up the embouchure enough. So here's a little trick to help you get those pedal tones. First, have them start out by playing a normal lip slur from low C to low G using their valves like this. Then do it without using the valves. Just slide down, loosen the embouchure, and smear the note down, and it would sound like this. Now, students may have a difficulty with that. The next little trick to help them get that far is just go to a half valve using it doesn't matter what valve they push down, but just a half valve someplace in there will help the note slide easier. And then try it without valves. Okay, then we're going to continue on down through the register so we get down into the pedal range. Now that was F sharp, but here's B flat to low F natural. F natural is now a pedal tone off the normal trumpet range. Continue on down as far as you possibly could go. You ask, how far can you go in pedal tones? I play into the double pedal range. I don't know if that's necessary really. I think if we get down just in the pedal tone range as low as a student can get is fine. It's just loosening up the lips, part of a warm-up, getting the lips to buzz properly. But let me demonstrate the double pedal tones for you so you know what I'm talking about. I would probably do it this way in a scale pattern, and then I'll slide down another octave from there. That would be in the double pedal range. If you can get the lips to buzz and produce a tone at that level, you'll really loosen up the embouchure, get things flexible, get them buzzing well, fill them up with the right kinds of fluid so that as you get into the rest of your warm-up and you're playing, your lips will be nice and strong and full and will be protected as you play, particularly in the upper register. Now, ironically, they say, whoever they are, the great players all around the world that use pedal tones, they say that the lower you can play, the higher you can play. And if you talk to any of the great lead trumpet players from Maynard Ferguson's band or any of the bands of that type where their trumpet players play high all the time, they do a lot of pedal tones. So I think there is something to it. Claude Gordon, one of the trumpet gurus of the West Coast, was a real advocate of pedal tones. University of Texas, all of those schools that are big jazz schools, their trumpet players all do pedal tones. If you talk to the classical players, the Detroit Symphony, Chicago Symphony, all the symphonies around, you talk to their brass players, most of them do pedal tones. It's something you don't want to do a lot of, a few minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes a day in the early part of your warm-up, and then that's pretty much it. Then go on with the rest of your warm-up. I also use pedal tones as a warm-down. If I played a hard rehearsal or a long show or something and my lips feel tired and I've used a little bit, before I put the horn away, I'll do some pedal tones. That again will fill the lips up again with the right kinds of fluids and repair the lip for the next day. So pedal tones can be used as a warm-up and a warm-down. Another little trick that you can use, if you can't get it at all, some people will pull the bottom lip out of the mouthpiece. I don't really recommend this as a normal routine, but it at least will help you get started. So as you play, you pull your bottom lip out of the mouthpiece. And you can get that sound, but those really aren't developing the embouchure very well. It's just getting the lip loosened up a little bit. But it still is a pedal tone, and it will work as a warm-up and a warm-down. I do recommend leaving the lips in a normal embouchure, and you should be able to play out of that pedal range all the way into your upper range, something like this. So you should be able to go from your low range back into your normal range without changing your embouchure at all. That in a nutshell is pedal tones. I encourage your brass players to start with those, particularly in the high school and college levels. Thank you very much for listening.